So for this guy, if you have your flower encyclopedia, if you started doing it, you can choose a flower, any flower you want. Let me see, let me go back. You can do this. You can do this one here. That's too complicated. Nah, it's not. This one. Let's start with the ones that are completely top view, which in reality it's like having the flower bend over and watching you. But the interpretations are valid. So this is a two-way petal. And we know that, well, it's divided into two. We have the center. And here we don't have the scheme, and it doesn't matter if we don't have the scheme, the guidelines, but it doesn't matter, you can draw them in lightly. And we know that this overlaps a lot under this petal. This is a crown of thorns, if I'm not mistaken, in your sketchbook, my sketchbook, not in the workbook. So the first thing that I do is, well, we have the center here. But the first thing that I do is replicate this overlapping. Very pronounced. And then I do the same thing on the other petal. Looks like an S or like a yin-yang thing. And then we finish up by rounding. We finish up the petal. Say this petal here ends up rounding up here. So we go ahead and round it up. And then this petal here ends up and rounds up here. I'm going to do the center before going in. And I'm going to go in also with a pen if I can find one. Not right now. I'm going to do the center, and the center is a five-way petal, baby petal flower thing center. So, let me see if I can draw you in. There we go. Yep. It's a five-way petal. I'm going to divide it into 5. It doesn't matter how you divide it. And if the spacing isn't even, it does not matter too. So the next step, after you have the the center divided into 5, you are going to round up the edges. Also rounding every edge. Rounding every edge, and there you have your center. And now we're going to go in and make it a little bit more pronounced, the lines inside. And because this has like a thick line outside, we can make it thicker the outside. I hope it's focusing well. Now that we have the center already placed, going to, in Spanish it's repintar. How do you say repintar in English? I don't remember. We'll go over the light lines and make them a little darker. And then there's a second line, a thick line, that goes around each petal. So we're going to do that too. You know what? Let me see if I can use a thicker. Yeah, there we go. This is a 0.7 mechanical pencil, just to make it faster. And it's I think it's a 2B. See how my lines are they're all crooked and everything? It doesn't matter. And we're gonna go over this too. And then on this one here. I get lost when I do these. I love it. It's my therapy. Very cheap therapy. Well, not that cheap because paper and stuff, but you know what I mean. See how it's taking form? And the next step is doing the, what do I call these? Hairy mark making. The mark making, the hairy. See how some flowers have like little thin hairs? So what I did here was starting from the middle, I go outwards and not just randomly. You can randomly put the mark making, but it makes a little bit more sense if you follow the shape or you follow the direction in which the flower goes out and grows. So I just add the randomly. And I like to do first, like separate the lines so that I know that where to fill it out, so that I don't lose the sense of direction. Am I focused? There's one, and then the other one. And just fill it in. So you have the cheat sheet. You can fill in these guys with any detail that you want. It doesn't have to be the hairy mark making. It can be the. It could easily be the animal print. So let me. I hate to do this, but just so that you can see where the. Oops. Where the petal is going. If you have it, I know Gloria has it printed in color. It'll be easier because these guys here in black and white, it's gray, but in your workbook it's light. I don't remember if it's light blue or another color. So I'm just making this so that you can see where the petals are. So there we go. And then the next step is choose a leaf. So what leaf can we add in here? Let's see. Ah, qué bueno. All clear, Gloria. I'm glad. I'm always worried that people are not going to understand what I'm trying to convey, the ideas in my head, because it's all jammed up. Let's do a simple one. I'm thinking that one here. Let's go look for another one. I think that one. Yeah, we'll do this one. And we'll do this one. I chose that on purpose also because the skeleton of the leaf that I've chosen for you, for every one of the skeleton single stem flowers are pointy. So you can go easily, because this petal that we have here has a round top. The first thing that we're going to do is round up the top. And it's kind of, it tapers in very thinly, so we can also add that tapered in. See? And then the next leaf, first thing I round up the top, and then I taper in just a little. Same thing here. Now that you have that guide, you can go over the line. I wish I had liquid paper. Do I have liquid paper? I think I have liquid paper. Somewhere in here. Yes. I hate to use liquid paper, but in aras de. There we go. just so that this is our erasing. There we go. So you can see better. Yay for liquid paper. Erase that line. Of course, you're not going to use liquid paper. This is your workbook. Is you can work on the flowers and then you prime them in your sketchbook. But just so that we can, there we go. All gone. So now we can go in and actually go over. So we can kind of get this shape there. There we go. Oop. I went over the liquid paper. That's okay. You have already the center. These veins, they go off. They don't look like this one here where they touch in the middle and then go up. So these they space out differently. They're very spaced, but also the vein on the other side of the leaf, it goes, it's off center. So we're gonna do that first. And the second one, see how this is closer than that? It doesn't matter. Off from the center. I should be drawing a little thicker. I'm hoping I'm focused. And then here. And the same thing with this one. Spaced out. And off center. The next step is to add these, what do I call them? Oh, I forgot. I wrote this thing and I forgot. And I know it's in here somewhere. Let me see. Let us go to a cheat sheet. Here we are. The cheat sheet. Grab this. Have this at hand. It'll help you loads. So what I did was I did the vein first, and then I'm going to add that V vein. I call it V vein because it looks like a little V. Could be called triangle vein, but V vein. So that's what I did here. And that's what the next step we're going to do. Add the little V vein. And do the same thing on the other leaf. So if you are finding this helpful, hit the like button and subscribe so you don't miss out.